McLagan, extraordinary bass player, and Ian McLagan, extraordinary keyboard players have just turned up.
Rod Stewart, extraordinary jacket.
It's unfortunate, isn't it?
I've got a good
One of
answer.
your old ones.
Got a good answer for that question. There's nothing new today. The best thing you do is play the old stuff really well, right? Great.
Great answer, Rod, isn't it? Have you
My mate Bill
found
Wyman,
your driving test?
my mate Ian McLagan, look.
Ron Wood of the Rolling Stone Kid
He's in our group.
the Subdued 5.
He's in our group now, he's our new member.
Rolling Stone faces.
12 years later, I still
So
get
all
the bloody
bands have a
apprentice.
leader. You know, they're all benevolent dictatorships. Each band's got its frontman. Who's the frontman? Are you going to be the frontman?
Ronnie Lane's our leader tonight. Yeah, Ronnie. He'll be out there for the numbers we're
But
going to
Rod still has more front than Harrods, yeah.
Hey, Bill. Now you're playing bass.
Hey, Bill, don't let me down. Bill, give us a fag, we're crying out loud.
How do you feel about
The answer
sitting
to
in?
that is no.
How do you feel about sitting in with the band?
I better go and tune up.
Well,
Tune up.
Thanks.
Sorry. Sorry, Bill.
I'm trying to learn all Ronnie's licks, but
Rod! Oh, hello.
you know, I'd like to play this one like Ronnie would, and like the faces were. You know, the same sort of feeling about it.
Stop it.
Which is a little bit alien to the way I am, because I'm more organised than that. But
Now, I asked a question earlier about possibilities of taking this reunion tonight and making a serious project of going out on the road with it. Now,
who's serious?
Rod said it's up to us. I said, well, I'll be there.
It's up to him.
Now, Bill, the Stones aren't
ball's
on the road
in
this
your
year.
court.
You've got some time. Would this mean that
How
you
do
guys
you know?
get together and?
I've got lots of things on. Carry on.
No, I mean, are you up for touring with the States possibly and doing a major coast-to-coast tour with places?
I tell you what, if Ronnie gets his suitcase of money, I'll be there.
What about you?
I'm not Ronnie Wood.
Yeah, that's
Ronnie
like
Lane.
you said about the
Ronnie
original
Lane.
driving
My
force
bags are
of this.
packed. My bags are packed.
Your bags are packed now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm leaving tomorrow.
But you're up for it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. If it's fun, as I think you said earlier, I think
Yeah, it should be
nail on
like-
the head. If it's fun, we can make some money.
That hunger
Make some money.
element.
from it.
I mean, not like starving musicians so much as the hunger for just being a good band.
No, what I
unit.
remember was when we were like doing Beggar's Banquet and all that shit, you know, the Faces were in the other studio and a bit after that. And they were like a fun band. We always thought of them as a bunch of guys who were having fun, and we were like really kind of serious, you know, without LV. And and I kind of thought that, I kind of thought, well, that's nice, you know, just have fun. So, I mean, if we're going to go on the road, that's got to be like that. That's got to be the spirit of it.
What sort of songs do you think, if you do take this seriously and take it a stage further than tonight, what sort of songs do you think you'll be covering? You're going to do some new stuff? Because I know you've got...
Drink my dreams away. I think initially we'll bring back. We'll bring back some of the things that we ask people in the street what they would like to hear from the Faces, right? So you play them on the first tour, and maybe we'd get some new stuff, and maybe we would even have a bit of, you know, Bill's successful solo stuff. You might
Just
do a
we
bit
have
of
a
that
rock
in
star.
there.
And yours as well.
Where am I? Hello? Eddie, ready or not?
It could be a fun
I'm
thing if
making
it
him feel more
happens, yeah.
comfortable. So he's in another group.
You've got a lot of projects yourself, Bill.
Yeah.
Running the historical side of the Rolling Stones is one of the projects that I know you're involved in. But you're also producing, you're involved in a lot of things. Will you have the time
You just drop that on Max.
to do something like this?
Yeah, if it's the right thing, yeah, absolutely. I'd like to. Hang on, they're passing over their mountaineering bags.
Nice bit of cooperation between the film crew.
And a hat box.
And a hat box for Rod. Get Rod's hat box. The Louis Vuitton hat box.
No, I mean, as individuals,
Trying the North Face,
you've
you
all
have to
been
be
busy
right,
doing
you know.
certain things.
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody does individual things when you're not working, but if everything's right and the mood's good and the whole spirit of the thing, maybe we'll do something else.
What have you been up to, Ian?
I've been touring with Bob Dylan. In fact, I played here 2 years ago.
What's her name?
It wasn't raining then, it was more people. And I must say, I toured with the Everly Brothers, Bonnie Raitt. I toured with Bill. Bill and his backing band, the Rolling Stones.
That's right.
And I've been making solo records and generally wasting my time waiting for the phone to ring, you know. It's a musician, right? Might as well be an actor, I'd get more work.
Max made some good solo album stuff. Yeah, we've
Thank you.
He has now.
What are you doing there for
No,
20 years?
you are one of the guys I know. You're very keen to get out there and hit the old drums, aren't you?
I'm just as keen as everyone else.
And he's got an helicopter as well.
So he plays from a great height.
I can screw around legally.
horsing around, Ronnie. He has one as well.
Ronnie, now you were telling me off camera, and perhaps now we can catch up with that again. You were telling me earlier that you've been jamming with some very well-known musicians. Pick us up on what you.
Well, you were asking me what I've been doing. I said I've been having some great fun as the band's not going to work for a bit. I just went straight into the deep end and did the Cinemax special with Fats Domino and Jerry Lee Lewis and Ray Charles, and like that for me was a great buzz. Then I went down to Memphis and did some stuff with Jerry Lee again.
We've worked together as well.
Yeah.
On Chuck Berry last year.
And I did Chuck Berry last week in New York, and now it's your turn.
Last year? What? Chuck Berry last year, me and Ronnie.
No, he said I've been having fun in my little gap recently, and I have.
Yeah, me
Some great
too. I've been
people.
doing some similar things to Ronnie and working on some solo projects. And
We've been going down Champs and
we've been going out quite a lot. You know.
And Matt, you know, he did the Everly Brothers tour last time. He did the Dylan tour, and he does that group, the Rolling Stones. He played with them. And,
You remember them?
And then we all were involved in William the Poor Boy thing for Ronnie Lane.
Yeah.
And
I was in the Who as well, you know.
And it was also in that band called
Yeah,
The Who.
yeah. I forgot all about that.
Another question for you. What this project that you're going out to Detroit to work with Aretha Franklin and Keith on?
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with today, though, is it?
No, but it's of interest to America, and they'd like to know about it.
Well, it's Keith's project, and he's been kind enough to ask me along, and I'd love to work with Aretha, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to leave for that.
To me, this seems like a great idea, the Faces. You know, there's all these guys in a band having a lot of fun, but it
That's all it ever was.
looks like it could be a tremendous amount of chaos.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's all it ever was.
I think that's the spirit of the Faces.
Exactly. Without a bit of chaos, it would be.
I've
We might as
learned
well
that.
keep our day jobs.
You're
you
dead
know?
right.
I've been trying to learn the bass lines and it's chaos.
Yeah, because Ronnie Lane, never used to play the same thing twice. Actually, I must admit, listening to some tapes that I've heard recently of old stuff that Faces did, I never
Yeah,
realised
very
how
good.
Ronnie Lane was so very good, and he really was, and still is. But then days, he was much better than I ever thought.
Yeah.
You know, I thought.
And
oh,
I
Ronnie,
know
Ron
that
Lane,
because I've been listening to tapes trying to copy some of his lines, you see.
You don't think that people, I mean, you know, the Animals did a reunion, and the various other bands like Crosby, Stills and Nash, and they go out every so often, and critics of them say that, oh, they're just doing it to add a bit more money to the
Yeah,
money
but of
they've
course
already
they
got.
would be, and
Yeah.
so would we.
I don't
Except
think- I don't even
we're
put it in
trying
the
to
same
help Ronnie
basket.
too, you know. So we're trying to have some fun and help Ronnie.
I'm talking about down the road, if this does
We
turn
talk
into a
about
major...
doing other gigs, then we'll be doing gigs for Ronnie's
But it
foundation.
doesn't
for Ronnie
compare
Lane's
with something like
foundation.
Crosby, Stills and Nash, because you always think they're going to get back together and do so. You know what
Or
I
break
mean?
up.
Faces, it's been like 13, 14 years. I mean, since Ronnie
13 years
Lane
since
and,
they met,
and Rod last saw each other. They met yesterday for the first time. It was a great reunion.
Do you think if this...
Rod said to Ronnie Lane,
like-
are you feeling all right? And he went, no.
It's like your brother Art said.
And he said,
just
but
a
I
minute
brought
ago,
my
he said,
suitcase.
He said,
That's right.
never mind whether you play or not. He said, just the fact of seeing you all in one room, which of course he hasn't because Rod's been in here, but just the fact of seeing you all around each other in one room, he said, makes my heart beat faster. That's what Art said.
Sounds to me
He
like...
said a bit to hear you
That
play it.
happened.
It's like reminiscing all the time, because you've all been travelling along parallel roads, and I think, Bill, you were saying that at one time the Rolling Stones were on the road and the Small Faces were playing at similar venues at the same time. So you've all been travelling the same road together.
And we've always loved each other's music. We used to warm up to the Stones music in the dressing room, and they
Used to
used to
play
warm up to
something
the
on
Faces
too, on
music.
stage, so-
Never, no, but
Now, be honest.
no, we always used to
We should
sing
love him,
songs,
Dave.
and they used to respect us. We used to go on great.
Where does it stand you instead now as far as the Rolling Stones for live concerts then? If you were committed to doing something like this...
No, we're not
then you
committed to
couldn't-
do anything. That's why we're
Right.
doing things like this. Mick wanted a little time for a breather, so we're giving him one. You know,
A little time.
Well, you know, I'm trying to put it lightly as I can, Bill. You know what I mean?
Well,
Nah,
you don't have to.
No, I really don't know what he's up to. So he just wanted a little breather. That's
Yeah,
all.
he was a long breather.
Yeah. So
And
let
then
him
he-
have it, and we'll all go and have fun.
And then when he wants to come back and say, hello lads, I'm back again.
We might be able to slide
We're
him
gonna
in.
say-
Yeah, right.
We're going to say, sorry Mick, we're busy, you know.
really got to leave
You're going to have to hang about for a year, but we'll see you later.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have a good time.
We will have a good time.
Tonight, and I sincerely
Thank you
hope
very
that
much.
you enjoy what you do and that it spurs you on to make it, formalise it in such a way that you go out on the
Well,
road.
that's the best thing you said all day. A very nice compliment, and we will have fun, and we will get spurred on to do
If
more
only,
things.
if only the rain hadn't occurred, you know.
We were going to do Wish It
No,
Would
but-
Rain, but that blew it.
No, but literally, the rain, when we go on, the rain will stop.
Yeah, that's right. As
That's
Donovan
right.
once said,
Or it will turn
all those
fortnight.
years ago, it'll be a recreation of the Woodstock event, except it'll be called The Wembley generation.
Yeah, well, you know,
That's a terrible choice of words.
Wembley, you know. He's Wembley.
The downpour.
You haven't had much time to rehearse, I know. You've been in the guitar room tuning
None.
up
We
and-
have no time to rehearse with Rod at all. And it's very difficult to rehearse without the lead vocalist.
We had a kick around yesterday on the Wembley turf. Beautiful.
That's about it.
A kick around,
and we
that
were
wasn't
doing some
rehearsed.
vocals in between, you know. Where?
With wheels and
Oh, yeah. Why don't you
Ronnie
work with
in.
Ronnie now? Because
Let's get in there.
this is the spirit of the faces here.
Stay with us.
No, stay with me, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right, here, Ron, take my place there.
I always wanted to take your place.
Here, we're behind us. Right.
All right, then Bill will sit next to you.
Sorry, Ronnie.
How you doing? Okay, mate?
I'll sit here.
I could have been in the arms of my beloved. I could have been in the arms of my darling. I'm not a puffer, mate. I'm not an I'm not an iron off. Wow.
So here we are.
Excuse me, I've got to correct my posture. It's terrible. That's better.
Now, you
There you
don't
go,
have a
Ronald.
Texan accent. How come you don't have a southern accent? You've been living out there now, haven't you? In the sun.
For sure.
He lived in South Stepney for a
For
while.
sure.
Ron, now you two guys play bass, and I know you've both been travelling down the
Yeah,
musical
but I was a
road.
lot better than him. He only played these sort of like 12-bar things, you know, 3 chords all the time. But I played sort of more serious gear, you know.
Yeah, 3.5 chords, yeah. Maybe 4.5.
Four and a half.
Now, Bill's been helping you out with the arms concerts and raising money for MS.
Yeah, he raised a lot of money for Maynard Cole. Oh, sorry, Bill.
For who?
Maynard Cole. I got it, Ron. From next.
I think, in my
That's
opinion,
put me
only.
on the spot, isn't it?
Yeah, put me on the
No,
spot. No,
Bill,
I said that.
actually, here's a subliminal connotation between what is and what could be, and that is
Long words.
that Bill is very
Bill, you mean?
Yeah,
charitable,
I know what
very
subliminal means.
nice guy to people that needed help, and Ronnie needed some help, so he got this this whole arms thing together with Ronnie, because they never had research before into what Ronnie is suffering from at the moment, or enjoying, whatever. You never seem to be suffering, Ronnie.
I'll give you something. I'll show you something.
Clean whistle on.
No, but we've got to get him cured, you
It's
see.
because
No one was working on a cure.
It's because I'm brave, Ronnie.
You are very...
Brave
I
and
would drink to that.
intrepid.
Splash.
Well, how do you feel about this Faces reunion tonight, Ronnie?
I think it's heartbreaking. I'm suffering.
Because I'm not playing the right lines, you mean?
Yeah, he's not playing the right lines.
It's okay.
And
All the same lines
I was
twice.
hoping they'd get a better replacement for me than him.
Oh, it's called Sweet Revenge, you know. Ronnie always wanted to have Billy out of his hand. Look
Bill
at
was
he.
always after my job, and now he's got it.
I don't even want it.
You're lumbered, mate. L-U-M-B.
And he's not getting paid either.
And Ronnie told me how he left the group some years ago, and I'm leaving it tonight. After the gig, I'm leaving the group. Are you leaving the same way he went? Yes, you can kick me up the arse.
Could we stop for just a second to change some tape?
All these in-jokes.
I was trying to ring up
Well,
and
then you
say...
shouldn't have told him you was going to do it, Ronnie, in the fucking first place.
I didn't! It was a rumour that Keith and I was going to show up.
It's
Keith
certainly
couldn't
true
even
what
get in
you
the
just said.
country.
Sorry. Sorry for whistling.
I would have done it if it had been
But you can't
a
go.
time when I had...
Ian
plenty of time,
McLaren's
but-
got a new job. Tell them where you work now,
This is
Ian.
probably much more.
I use water baths.
It is.
No, I thought he worked. I thought he
Because
worked
it's
for
our old
Sizzlers.
mate. you know.
Oh, you mean?
Oh, yes,
Sizzlers for cycling accessories.
Getting off the point now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Can I put up a general question for everybody? You
Yeah, as
can
long as
have
it
one.
don't take too much room.
It's only a week to go to the first anniversary of Live Aid.
This is really that quick.
Yeah,
Really?
it's July the 13th, next Sunday.
Oh, that's an old band then already, that.
That's how we got
No,
on.
I mean, that really caused quite a stir, Live Aid.
Well, I should think so, because there was every member of every band ever
Well, some of
mentioned
you were
nearly
there.
in it. Yeah.
Right, and then has it drastically changed the face of rock? Are we going to get lots more rock stars doing lots more charity concerts? And
You got it all round your neck.
No, you've got it.
Jonathan, you got it all round your neck.
Tell him, Ronnie.
It was the Arms tour of the USA that started all that thing.
Yeah, the charity in '83.
Yeah.
which Bill Wyman was heavily involved
That's
in,
what
but
started
because
all
of
the
his old compadre here.
live.
So you'd say that was probably the impetus for a lot of
Yeah.
charity concerts.
Well, we did that tour of America, the arms tour for Ronnie and the charity, and then in the
Ronald to you.
at the
That generated
Christmas, the
people's
first
minds.
Live Aid single came out, or the
Single
Band Aid
came out.
single
Who
as it was
asked you?
called then.
Right.
It was much
Yeah,
later.
it's
This
just being
charity for Ronnie was much earlier than all the other charities, you know. And we're still doing it. I don't know whether they are, I hope so, but we're doing it.
The thing about Live Aid and certainly Arms is that it showed that rock and roll was a very effective way of raising people's consciousness about issues, not just raising money, which is important, obviously, but raising their knowledge of things.
What
It
was?
always
And
has
also-
been, you know.
And
What was
also-
Live Aid?
Arms, Live Aid, etc.
Yeah, Arms started it, Live Aid carried on, and then Dylan happened to
No, but-
mention, what about the farmers? Then there's Farm Aid, right? It just springs from one thing, and that was Ronnie, we want to get him better.
Do you think, seriously, do you think that these concerts, although they raise a lot of money, do you actually think they raise the consciousness of people? Or do they just go to see their mates play in bands? Do they just go to the shows and...
I wouldn't be so bold as to answer that question.
Well, Kenny,
Yes, you would, Ronnie.
I didn't even hear it.
Yeah, Kenny,
No, you know, they might raise a lot of money for Ethiopia, so they're living great for a couple of years, and they have kids again, then they're going to be in twice as much trouble in 10 years' time.
There's an American
Hopefully not.
comedian I saw American television. There was this great comedian came out and he said something which I thought was really shocking. But then when I thought about it, I thought really made a lot of sense. And he said, if I had the money to sort of go to those places and help those people, I wouldn't buy food for them. I'd buy a load of U-Haul trucks. And I'd say, this is a desert, you know.
Yeah, get out
Nothing
there,
grows
put a
here,
place
don't
with
rain here.
fertile.
Nothing grows here.
Go
Get
away.
in the trucks and let's go somewhere where there's food,
I
you know.
believe Richard Pryor.
Don't keep piling money in there, hoping that it's going to rain. You know, let's go somewhere where there's food and there's you know.
Yeah,
and
that's really
made a lot of
funny,
sense
Bill.
to me.
That's real funny,
All right.
Bill.
No,
but taking it a step further, these concerts haven't just been about, you know, providing food for starving Africans. There's also been Sun City, and as Ronnie said, you know, like concerts in aid of the farmers in America. I mean, do people come away from these concerts caring more? I mean,
I think that they think about it, yeah, but the pop world has been doing charity concerts for years and years and years. It just hasn't been that big, you know. I mean, just like the Stones, for instance, which were not the first people, but we did charity concerts in 73, 72 for the Nicaragua earthquake, you know, and things like that. It's been going on all the time, but the money hasn't been that enormous that it hasn't been publicised on the front page of the Sun newspaper every day, so people haven't thought about it so much. But you know, there's been charity things going on for years.
Yeah, Faces of the
say a
company
case
come
of
up with
Live
sclerosis.
Aid and
The MS
maybe with Arms
Society.
still, because
What
you've
a
been involved in
waste.
that, so's Ronnie.
Yeah.
Do you think that if a band goes and does a concert and they raise money for charity, they go home and the audience do, and it's kind of forgotten about it? It needs
I don't
someone to keep the idea going.
Well, you have to keep doing concerts. There's a lot of people out there willing to do it. Let's hope they all do it for the same reason, the real reason, for helping other people rather than helping their flagging images or whatever. That happens sometimes as well. It did in Europe with the French Live Aid thing, and America a bit, I think. But yeah, but
Yeah, Bill,
the pop world is really good at
you're
doing
talking about
charity
early
work.
contributions that probably weren't so well publicised.
Yeah.
Ronnie's just brought up a great point. He said the Faces, you tell him,
The Faces did a gig in London
when he was still with us.
for the MS Society.
When was that?
Before 73, he left in 73.
Well, there you are.
When was it?
See, they've been doing it for years and
71.
years.
72.
We did the SOS. Well, that's before there were Red Buses.
I remember that one.
That was here.
Signs of struggle, yeah, I know.
Can I ask you, you played at Live Aid here, and you obviously had a great time. I remember seeing the sparkle in your eyes was bigger than normal. I mean, did you talk to ordinary people after the concert?
I don't know any ordinary people except him. He's ordinary.
I mean, did you get?
He keeps himself
were you
6
able to
foot on the
form any
ground at all
impressions
times.
on what the public.
And he walks on water.
I mean, do people care?
Yeah, of course they care, but I think they just rose to the occasion and gave as much as they possibly could give, I suppose. And it was a great thing and nice to be a part of.
Well, I'm reiterating the question that Mal was putting. You know, do you think people go away from these things and just
what's
forget
that
about
mean?
the charity side of it? Do they just go home and say, "Oh, well, it was another"?
No,
good gig?
because it makes people far more aware and think great
Makes
greater
people
depth.
fart, did you say?
Did I?
That's
No,
that's the
didn't.
bean
I tell you what,
benefit.
what's reiterating mean? To reiterate what you just said. Corrugated iron or something.
Do people go home and forget about the charity side of
No, I
the
can
parents'
only
life?
speak for
come on.
myself.
Yeah, right.
You know, no, I didn't forget about it, and it makes me think.
Well, look at Rod. Look at Rod. He works for the greatest charity. You know.
Shut up!
No answer.
Yeah, shut
I
up.
forgot. What was the question?
That's why it's raining.
Do you want to know? I think the kids, the little kids who see Live Aid and see all that going on, have a much better understanding of course there shouldn't be anyone starving. Of course there shouldn't be anyone suffering. They understand it right there before they're, you know, age to sort of think of themselves, they think of other people. I think little kids see it straight away and understand it and carry on. Whether people, you know, other people forget it, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's,
Brian Jones.
like he said, making people aware of it, whether there's millions and millions or whatever, making people aware of all the problems. Myself, I like living on islands where there's no problems, no Kenny Jones, it's a first group argument.
Right, that's what kept the faces together, like the potential threat of
No, we won't get to the stage. We've got time for an argument.
We're going
Now,
down the
let's
pub
stay
now.
with the interview. Sod the gig, right?
Let's get serious.
Yeah.
Let's get serious. This is serious.
Yeah, okay.
There's old people out there
We
who
are
really want to
serious.
know.
We are serious.
I know, I'm serious too.
Yeah, and I'm serious.
You and your
The
penguin.
gig's over.
Be serious.
Here, have you heard this, right?
Have you heard this joke?
No, go on.
Let Ronnie tell his joke. You might not be able to promise it, but you'll have a laugh
Have
anyway.
you got enough tape in your machine?
Yes, I have. Go on.
There's these two midgets, and they're walking along, and there's a convent. So they say, yeah, let's go on out. So they go up and they knock on the door, you see. And Mother Superior comes to the door, and she answers the door, and she looks out, and she sees this, oh, hello? So he says, excuse me, Mother Superior, do you have any midget nuns here, please? So she says, heavens above, no. So he says, but is there any midget nuns anywhere in the vicinity, you know, in other convents? And he says, Lord above, no. So he says, there, I told you, fucked a penguin.
That's what the other midget said. That's the first dirty joke on MTV, and you better put it on.
Let's come back, because I know you guys got to get ready. Let's come back to
I bet you don't prove it.
Let's come back to the beginning of this.
You can bleep it.
Let's have each one of you individually tell us how you feel about coming back together as the Faces and how you feel that the music's going to be in the future.
Yeah, one word.
Kick off, Ian.
I've never said anything in one word, and I ain't going to start now. I'm Irish, you know what I mean? It's wonderful.
Should we go and come back?
It makes me cry, you know what I mean? I've been dreaming of this for a long time. Very touched to be here, using your word. As to the future, who knows? I'd love to be a part of it. Your turn.
Me too. I think it's a great thing to do, but I also want to remember Ronnie above all things. And anything we do in the future, we'll do something for Ronnie. Go on, Ron.
No, you just blown my mind. All right then. It's great. Faces getting back together. Greatest thing that's happened since sliced bread. And I agree with these two about the way I usually do. You know, it brings a lump to the throat to help Ronnie and other sharers in the same affliction that Ronnie has, which is got to be stamped out, you know, same with lots of other things, but when we stamp this one out, then we start on cancer again. And
you mean when you bump me off?
no way, you're not getting out of here alive.
Yeah, you're getting off that life. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
You paid your dues in the Faces. Tell us how you feel about this band coming together and how you see its future, Ronnie.
Well, I don't know. I don't see the future at all. I mean, I know these now as people other than band members. As Mac said, I am very touched by it. They're all being so sweet to me now. I say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, on
After
camera.
all these years.
On camera, I'm saying that. You know.
Yeah.
After all these years, that Mac hasn't kicked me up the arse for about 3 days, and
Time's up.
no, it's great. It's terrific. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Ronnie's original shirtless
I wanna-
retention
I wanna-
finally proves
I
yes.
wanna cry.
Because you're not a face.
I'm not a face,
You're a
no.
Rolling Stone.
Honorary face.
You're an
No, but-
honorary face.
Number
Not
one.
until you
No,
get
he's
kicked
not.
up the arse.
He's Bill, and he's always
Bill.
been there. He's been there before.
Right, so it's very nice for everybody to ask me to do it. So I do love Ronnie, and I think we all know that. Well, Ronnie knows it anyway, that's all that matters. And I just hope it all goes well, because he helped me once, he's forgotten about it, but he helped me do that In Another Land on the Satanic Majesties album. And when I was on my own, and I'm helping him now. Well, there's only me and him and LV, one of the LVs, I think it was your band, never mind. No, he helped me once, a long time ago, and I'd like to help him. And I just hope I can play all his licks tonight, that's all.
Let's do a wide angle. Can you hold back, Ian? Yep. Step back a bit, and let's
Bragging again.
Yeah, okay, don't step back.
Oh, he's doing it.
If you can.
Sexy,
Sweet little rock and roller.
All right. Let's have a wide angle shot now. You're looking at the camera, the band. Say hi. We're looking forward to playing for you. We hope you enjoy the Faces as they are in 1986. Something along those lines.
But all together in unison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
just, you remember the swear.
That's the whole point, is they a band of mumble.
MTV.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to playing in America soon.
Yeah, it's me too, you know, Anthony.
Yeah.
Get your MTV.
I'm looking forward to playing the Mum Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Bill.
Yeah? Hell.
Got to join the lads, what can I do?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Rod would have agreed, but he's on stage at the moment with some other people.
With his other band. Another hour to do before we can have a few drinks, boys.
We'll blow them out, and it's all right, yeah?
I suppose we better go and learn the songs.
Well, as Rod said yesterday, the press
Yeah, let's
said,
go
can you
learn
get
the
together for a
songs,
real
mate.
tight shot? He said, we've never done anything to do it. It wasn't tonight.
Did it make any sense out of that?